Now when you're doing a water change on your aquarium, it's really important to treat your water before the water goes into the aquarium, because if you put, say, 1 cap of water ager into a bucket of water, then you're sure to get rid of the chlorines, chloramones and stuff in the water due to the concentration of the water ager. If you put the water ager straight into the aquarium, then 1 cap of water ager, for example, dispersed into, say, 200 litres of water or whatever, may not adequately get rid of the chlorines and chloramone, because the water ager will do a lot more and will get absorbed up very quickly. The only safe way to ensure that chlorines, chloramones and other crap isn't getting into your aquarium is by treating the water in the bucket before you put the water into the aquarium. It is also relative to how much water you change. The more water you change, the more important it is you prepare your water. The more important the temperature is, the more correct the water needs to be. If you do a small water change, any irregularities will be dispersed throughout the volume of the water. Now when you are doing a water change, there's basically 3 things that I want to make sure that you put in the water. One is a water ager. Take out your chlorine and chloramone. You've got chemical based ones and you've got mineral based ones. You need to allow the mineral based ones more time to work. Then I need you to add a carbonate powder, because most tap waters often do not contain carbonate or enough carbonate. So I add a little bit of carbonate. I'll also use a little bit of aquarium salt, which is very salt and trace elements depending on the sort of fish that you actually keep. So there are different combinations of water agers, carbonate powders and aquarium salts that are possible and available. The other thing that people will regularly also add is something like a bacteria, which just helps to refresh and re-establish, re-fertilize your bacteria cultures. But once again, ensuring that you putting water ager in the aquarium before the water before the water goes in the aquarium is going to ensure that what you're doing is successful. Putting the water ager straight into the aquarium and you fill the aquarium up with a hose or whatever, if you're only doing a small amount of water, it's not as risky. If you do a large amount of water, it becomes more risky. The other thing too is that tap water, the chlorine in tap water tends to be dosed to a maximum minimum level, which means that you can do a large water change, chuck the hose straight in the tank and have no problem. But then one day you do exactly the same thing, and either your temperature is an issue and you give all your fish white spot, or you do the water change on the day that they are topping up the chlorine in the system, and all of a sudden all your fish die. So the moral of the story is prepare your water before the water goes in the tank and you minimize your risk.